You are not learning, you are collecting, and deep down, you can feel the difference. Here is what most people never realize until life tests them. Reading something once does not mean you understand it. Watching a video does not mean you own the idea. Highlighting a quote does not make it yours. You have been filling your head with things you cannot use, and one day, someone will ask you a simple question about the one thing you claim to know. Your mind will go silent. You will feel the gap between consuming and knowing. Japan produced some of the most formidable minds in history, swordsmen who could not be fooled, strategists who saw through every deception, artists who spent decades on a single stroke. They were not born different, they learned differently, and they left behind 4 principles that will turn you from a passive consumer into someone who cannot be easily manipulated, impressed, or misled. 4 principles, no fluff, let us go. Principle 1. Rikai, genuine understanding. In Japanese, rikai simply means understanding, not mystical, not ancient, just the plain, ordinary word for when something actually makes sense. But here's the problem. Most people never reach it. They confuse recognition with rikai. They see a term. They remember hearing it before. They nod along. That is not understanding. That is pattern matching. You have experienced this. You finish a book. You feel smart. 1 week later, someone asks what it was about. You remember the cover and one vague idea. Everything else is gone. That is not a memory problem. That is a method problem. You recognize the ideas while reading. You never truly understood them. Here is what changed everything for me. A few years ago, my younger cousin asked me to explain something I had just finished studying. I had read 3 books on it. I had watched hours of content. He said, "Just tell me how it works in 2 minutes." I opened my mouth. Nothing came out. I could not do it. Not because I forgot, because I never actually reached Rikai. I had only been collecting. That night I stopped pretending. I took 1 single page from 1 single book. I read it slowly. Then I closed the book and tried to rebuild the idea in my own words. It took 45 minutes. It felt slow. It felt painful. But I never forgot that idea again. Try this tonight. Pick one thing you think you know. Close all your tabs. Put away your notes. Write down the core idea from memory. Then explain it like you're talking to a 15-year-old. No jargon, no shortcuts. If you get stuck, you have not reached Rikai yet. You have only seen the shape of the idea from a distance. Go back, try again. Repeat until the explanation flows without effort. That is genuine understanding. That is the difference between a collector and a thinker. Principle 2, Ichigyo, one art, one domain. You want to learn everything at once. Marketing, philosophy, trading, fitness, coding. I understand the hunger, but here is the problem. Jumping between topics teaches you how to stay shallow. Staying with one thing teaches you how to think. Miyamoto Musashi wrote that you must know one art deeply before touching another, not because other arts are useless, because depth in one domain builds the instrument you need for everything else. You learn how confusion feels before clarity. You learn how to push through the boring middle. You learn what real mastery actually costs. Once you have built that instrument, you can take it anywhere. I wasted 2 years being shallow. 1 month on stoicism, 1 month on sales, 1 month on nutrition. I sounded smart in conversations, but I could not produce results in any single area. Then, I forced myself to stay on one brutal subject for 12 months. Writing, no other topics. By month 7, something strange happened. I started seeing the same patterns in business, in relationships, in strategy. Depth had given me a lens. Breadth alone had given me nothing. Here is your move. Write down 3 topics you're studying right now. Circle the one that makes you angriest when you fail at it. The one you would work on even if no one ever praised you. That is your Ichigyo. Drop the other 2 for 1 year. Not forever. Just long enough to build a mind that knows how to learn. The breadth will come later. The depth must come first. Principle 3, Kanso, elimination. You have too much noise. 10 unfinished books, 40 saved posts, podcasts stacking up, courses you bought and never opened, and you feel guilty about all of it. That guilt is not motivating you. It is paralyzing you. Kanso is the Japanese principle of ruthless elimination, not minimalism for decoration. Elimination so that what remains becomes undeniable, a single sharp tool instead of a pile of rusty knives. Here is a hard truth. Most of what you consume is not helping you. It is keeping you busy while you avoid the discomfort of real learning. Real learning feels slow. It feels boring. It feels like being lost. So you jump to something new, something easy, something that gives you a quick hit of, I understand this. That hit is a lie. Try this. Open your saved files, your watch list, your bookmarks. Delete half of them right now, not later. Now. Then unfollow every account that gives you passive tips you never apply. Then take your one domain from Principle 2 and spend 90 minutes with no phone, no music, no distractions, just you and the material. When your mind wanders, pull it back. That struggle is where learning happens. That is Kanso. Less input, more depth. Principle 4. Shoshin, beginner's mind. The moment you think you have arrived, you stop growing. This is not a motivational quote. This is a trap. I have seen it destroy people who were smarter than me. Shoshin means approaching every study session as if you know nothing, even on a topic you have studied for years, because the moment you say, I already know this, your brain closes the door. You stop asking questions. You stop noticing contradictions. You stop learning. I've been guilty of this more times than I want to admit. Reading a book I loved 5 years ago and skimming sections because I remembered the main ideas. Then one day I forced myself to read it slowly, like a beginner. I discovered that I had misunderstood half of it. My past confidence had been built on shallow ground. Here is your final practice. Every week, write down one belief you hold about your field. Then, write down 2 reasons you could be wrong, not to destroy your confidence, to keep your mind open. The person who can argue against themselves better than anyone else cannot be easily fooled. They are not attached to being right. They are attached to seeing clearly. Now bring the 4 principles together. Rikai to genuinely understand instead of recognize. Ichigyo to build depth in one domain. Kanso to eliminate the noise. Shoshin to never stop being a beginner. In 6 months, you will read less and know more. In 1 year, you will have one skill so sharp that people notice without you saying a word. In 3 years, you will not recognize the scattered person you used to be. Most people will not do this. It is too slow, too lonely. No one gives you a trophy for sitting with 1 page for an hour. But the ones who do become dangerous. Not loud, not aggressive. Dangerous in the quiet way. Their knowledge holds up under pressure. Their thinking cannot be shaken by a confident fool. Their mind belongs to them alone. Close this video. Take one principle. Apply it in the next 30 minutes to something you have been pretending to understand. Feel the discomfort. That discomfort is the price of entry. Pay it. The world has enough collectors. Become the one who understands. Thank you for watching. If you want to see the videos YouTube does not want you to see, the ones where I go deeper into dark psychology, ancient philosophy, learning methods, and the principles they shadow ban, join me on Patreon. I'll see you soon.